Okay. It says, been struggling to cope with not knowing how to get where I want to be lately. Okay, so I'm going to shed some light on some things, and I'm still going through the learning process. I'm going to forever be a teacher, but this is what I do know, and this is what I have learned. The perspective of coping has to be through understanding of why you're not where you want to be at right now. Okay, some things that play into getting to where you're trying to go. I know this process because I've done it with like dog training. I didn't know dog training before, but then I started visualizing, I started practicing, I started, basically being the person before I became him, right? So it's the same thing with anything else. If you want to be somewhere different, then you have to do different things, right? So change the perspective from coping to understanding, because when your perspective changes, it gives you better ideas of how to go forward. But if it's kind of like, oh, well, if I get there, I get there. If I whatever, then you're going to find more reasons. Your brain, your mind will start coming up with more thoughts and, more ideas of why not to get to where you're trying to go. So just change that perspective. Okay, it's not coping. It's just not coping. Is understanding. All right. Another thing is that I would most definitely say, like I say, do something different. You start doing something different, it has to become a habit. And in order for something to become a habit, you just got to stay consistent, right? So if you're not doing something, then try something differently. Your mind will start to, produce thoughts that's going to get you there. Last but not least is that we really don't know how to receive things, right? We just don't. Don't nobody teach you this, but you have to have something mentally before you can have it physically, because God isn't going to give you anything that you're not ready for. It just is the way that it is. When I think about it, everything that I've ever received in my life, and when I got it, it was always based off of a thought or ideas or things that I've done that lead up to that point. I never just got anything and did not know how did I get it. Yes, things surprise you because ideas, thoughts, and stuff has an incubation and gestational period. And then between that period, boom, then something happened later in your life. But in order to get where you want to go, you have to be there mentally. You have to believe in it, right? This has scientific proof behind it. You have to live there mentally before you can have it physically or be there physically. And I'm in the mix of doing it right now, man. So you're not alone. Just know you got it. Change that perspective.